The world is watching as a deadly power struggle unfolds between rival military factions in Sudan.
I strongly condemn the outbreak of fighting that is taking place in Sudan.
It's a fragile situation.
The country is in a strategic location, bordering the Red Sea, the Sahel, and the Horn of Africa. And the conflict could destabilize an already volatile region. Here's what's at stake for international actors in the crisis. The White House has called for an immediate ceasefire to the fighting. Western powers, including the U.S., had swung behind a transition towards democratic elections following the overthrow of President Omar al-Bashir in 2019. After a military coup in 2021, they suspended financial support and backed a plan for a new transition and a civilian government.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Western powers also fear the potential for a Russian base on the Red Sea, which Sudanese military leaders have expressed openness to. An agreement to host a base was originally reached under Bashir, and military leaders have said it remains under review. Moscow has long sought warm water ports for its navy, and in 2020, President Vladimir Putin said he approved a proposal to set up a logistics hub in Sudan. One of the key players in the current conflict, General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, or Hemedti, visited Russia earlier this year and said Sudan had no problem with countries opening bases so long as they don't pose a threat to national security. Along with Russia, Hemedti has struck up relations with other powers such as the United Arab Emirates. It, along with fellow energy-rich power Saudi Arabia, has sought to shape events in Sudan. They see the transition away from Bashir's rule as a way to roll back Islamist influence and bolster stability in the region, along with the U.S. and Britain. Meanwhile, change-averse Egypt is the most important backer of Sudan's armed forces and Army Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, another key player in the current conflict. Calls for a ceasefire and a return to talks are looking bleak. The possibility of protracted fighting increases the risk for civil war and complicates an already long-running economic crisis, as well as humanitarian needs in Sudan.